Kelly.
So if Jess Parker had driven out wide, then it allowed the space for Chloe Kelly to drive from the space that Jess Parker has left for, essentially. Could be a little bit sharp in the decisive movements.
Fourth season at the helm. He signed a new 3-year deal, and that was when they were in the fight for a treble and could end empty-handed. As it stands, they will.
Yeah, him and the backroom staff, some big decisions made. Steph Horton's farewell game today. Bringing players in like Blinkilla Brown, absolutely phenomenal, young English talent as well. Rumours that the GOAT, Viv Miedema, there is Steph Horton, who's been an England legend. She's been such a wonderful ambassador for the game, for Manchester City, internationally. Captain, leader, I'm sure will be in the game for the foreseeable beyond the grass.
Yeah, those two, Steph Horton and Demi Stokes, along with Ellie Roebuck, are the three remaining who won that title all the way back in 2016. And I'm not sure too many people would have thought at that point they still wouldn't have won another one, Manchester City.
And when they set up with Nick Cushing as the manager, you could see them meant business. They won the Conti Cup final, their first ever bit of silverware, and there's Demi Stokes next to Steph Horton. As you mentioned, I think that sort of spearheaded everybody else's revival. Chelsea, Arsenal, all started to put extra resources in then. WSL went fully professional. And it's just gone on leaps and bounds and strides since then.
Bit of carelessness creeping in to City's play here. Not like them. Usually so confident, composed on the ball. Weight of pass isn't there.
Yeah, it's far from perfection, and at times this season we've seen Manchester City play with what seemed like perfection, certainly in that final third.
This could be a chance, though. The goal scorer, Mary Fowler. Nice. Great ball off the bar. The second time that City have hit the crossbar. Blinkilla Brown, close to netting against her former club. Still there for City. Here's Hemp.
Another that should have seen the net ripple. Mary Fowler here just bides her time, looks to pick out the perfect pass and does so. And Blinkilla Brown on the hop as it bounced up, just cannot get over the top of it enough. It's a lovely ball from Mary Fowler. A little bit difficult to control, but she'd have expected most times to have steered that past an elite.
On the half volley.
It had to be lifted to get beyond bodies, and it was a brilliant pass from Mary Fowler.
Ooh, Taylor gives it away. Fowler. Corner.
She's got the goal, Mary Fowler, but she is looking the dangerous one, the one who's looking to take responsibility for this front line. I don't see Manchester City playing with a little bit more belief. It seems to be lacking a little bit.
Fowler delivers. Kasparai. Kennedy keeps it in. Alexandri.
That's it, we want a feast of goals to get this title race back on track. Just feeling a bit pedestrian.
Hemp upping the tempo. She only has one gear, really, Lauren Hemp. Kasparai onto Chloe Kelly. Park. Lovely turn away from Miri Taylor.
See what City do though, it's tiring in the sunshine particularly. Conceding possession, chasing shadows.
That's right, might not happen this half. They continue with this level of possession.
You're telling me to be patient, aren't you, Robin?
Easier said than done. I'm sure the time for them is absolutely flying by when they look at the clock into the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's like Demi Stokes and Steph Horner in different climates.
Not far from each other as well, where they were both born up in the northeast.
Hemp. Fowler needs an option forward. Didn't get one quick enough. Good strength from Taylor. Knobs. Kennedy. City really slowing the game down. Allowing Aston Villa to sit in a good shape.
Trying to draw out players to find the gaps. You do need movement for the players in front, even if it's just a little check, a couple of yards.
Greenwood striding forward. For Hemp, the 1-2 with Blinkilla Brown. Hemp rides the challenge, delivers towards Fowler. Villa get away with that. Hasegawa prevented from shooting. A beautifully timed challenge from Rachel Daly.
Bringing out our alter ego, left back defensive work there, Rachel Daly.
Driving inside. Try to ping it forward for Mary Fowler. It was well read. And Villa perhaps can spring a counter. Lehman. Just the momentum came out of that. Daly frustrated.
Good physical play from Alexandri. Just trying to be too intricate, I think, Lauren Hemp then, in that attack.
Kennedy. That's good play from Hansen. Final minutes of the first half.
Well, Kennedy's getting easy, simple possession of the ball. She's got to play a little bit quicker, in my opinion. Yeah, it's fine to draw, but when Villa are just sitting off and waiting for Kennedy, she takes a touch, she takes another touch, and gets closed down, and the opportunity goes.
Mailing, now to pick out a pass. So gorgeous first touch from Daly, sets herself, it's Daly! Not far away.
And oh, how we missed that Daly-Daly combo earlier this season. She's excellent. Wonderful touch. I would have backed Kiara Keaton to save from that distance, from that angle.
3 minutes.
But he didn't even need it.
And Chelsea not letting this one go. A third goal at Old Trafford. Myra Ramirez making a good impact once again. And a tap-in for Sherkan, which means that City are back to having to score 5 goals.
Well, it needs a shift of miraculous proportions now. Well, Gareth Taylor said, talking about messages being conveyed on the pitch, it ain't necessary. Half-time team talk. This is the situation. It's now or never. It is that cup final, and you either own that pressure or you crumble under it second half. Mammoth task ahead for Manchester City. They could have done better. They could have scored 3. They could have scored 4 in this first half. Reality is they haven't, and Chelsea have.
So there's some scrolling going on the bench.
She was tuned into us.
Kelly, teasing delivery again. Kennedy gets there first and can't direct it on target.
There's these set pieces where you feel if you had Bunny Shaw, could have been the difference. In player of the season, she's been prolific, she's been focal, she's been that player when you just needed to pump the ball into the box and make something happen, and time again she's done that.
You can see that is a very downbeat looking substitutes bench. For City, their task getting ever harder, and the fact that they are creating chances and not taking them, not going to help their cause. Into stoppage time. A 4th for Chelsea. From here. It's going to be difficult, and that's another chance not taken. Jess Park drawing up.
Just not sharp enough. Look, great run, great holding position. Penalty spot is exactly textbook. Drive to the byline, cut it back to the penalty spot. A player should hold and make that space available. Jess Park does that brilliantly, but just puts it too close to Anna Leet. Great little tip over.
Corner well defended in the first and second instance. And so Manchester City in front, thanks to a fabulous strike from Mary Fowler, but at the moment it's nowhere near enough. Chelsea running riot at Old Trafford and stretching out that goal difference to make it near insurmountable for Manchester City. And they're going to have to start firing themselves, and also hope that Manchester United stage something of a comeback. Even a little one would help their cause at Old Trafford. But at the moment, it is not looking good for Manchester City at the break, Rachel.
I'm just looking at the stats for the Chelsea game. Chelsea have scored 4 goals, they've had 5 shots. 4 on target, obviously, and 4 goals. And if you conversely, you look at Manchester City, they've scored 1 goal. They have had 10 shots, 4 on target. And that is ultimately the difference between 2 sides today in this first 45 minutes. Chelsea have been sublime. They have been, at times, effortless, and they've been so efficient. And Manchester City have been wasteful, they've been tame, they've been limp, they've been blunt when they need to be sharp. All of the superlatives at the other end of the spectrum that Chelsea have been. And they'll know that going in. They'll be disappointed with their performance, but not finishing some of those absolute golden chances. has been clearly their undoing. They have to start again in the second half.
6 goals required if it stays the same result at Old Trafford. A potentially insurmountable mountain to climb. We'll have to wait and see. This season has given us drama this season. Is this, though, a step too far? At half-time at Villa Park, it is Aston Villa 0, Manchester City 1.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Robin. Yes, the Manchester City fans right there, the travelling fans, they were hoping for something different. They were wishing for something different at Old Trafford. But Manchester City, they need to regroup, Farah. They know it's a big task ahead of them, but they need goals.
It's a massive task. I think Manchester City, the players, the staff, would have known coming into this game how important goals were. Now they've created chances, but at times they've been a little bit rushed in the final third. It's about the execution now. They know they're going to go in at half-time now, and Gareth Taylor is going to tell them Chelsea are 4 ahead, which means we need more goals. They have to play with that little bit of composure in the final third and calmness, and that's the difference between the two teams. Chelsea have that, and Manchester City haven't quite had it yet in the first half.
Ellen, talk us through some of your frustrations watching that, because it was palpable. I could feel it. I didn't want to ask you any questions. I thought I'd say that for half-time.
Yeah, I'm really frustrated. They should have come flying out the box. Urgency. Move the ball quicker. You want to see people running, chasing after the ball, through balls. I think they've been a bit sloppy in the way, like the end product, and being clinical. They're massively missing Bunny Shaw. But I feel frustrated for Man City and their fans, but then also huge credit to Aston Villa and what they're doing. The goalkeeper and the back four, everyone's putting their body on the line, so fair play to Villa at the same time.
And Anita, that's what you were talking about. Aston Villa are not just going to hold their hands up and be like, go on, Manchester City, the game is yours, because we're saying goodbye to Carla Ward, a former manager you played under.
Yeah, I think what we've seen for the first half is that they're very resilient. They get back in their blocks, in the defensive line and midfield line. The distances are close together, and there's last-ditch defending in the moments that matter. But I do think that City are lacking that bit of experience in the front line in terms of they're quite youthful players. You know, Jess Park's coming in there, Fowler in there. We know their qualities, but that dealing with the pressure of trying to score multiple goals.
Well, Ellen, you spoke about Manchester City's front three and the dynamic, how it changed with Bunny Shaw. But let's just see Mary Fowler's goal, because in terms of the execution of it and how she took it was top class.
Yeah, I think what Robin said in the commentary, it was elite. Lovely movement, great cross from Lauren Hemp, but this touch and the way she was able to swivel and take that on the full for a volley into the bottom corner. They needed this, but they needed this to happen a lot earlier. And I thought this would really push them forward, obviously scoring a goal, giving them a lot of confidence, momentum, but I just don't think that happened after this goal.
Yeah. But this goal in particular, as you mentioned there, Ellen, you're a striker. This is a typical striker's goal. What she did really well, she had to check her run, Fowler. Lauren Hemp would normally deliver first time off that left foot, didn't, and check back, which meant she had to do a double movement Fowler, which then allows her that time to just dart across the near post of the first defender, first centre-half, and the touch sets her up beautifully for the volley, and the goal was executed fantastically well.
Anita, I suppose when you look at Manchester City, they have been getting a lot of joy right down here, down their left-hand side.
Yeah, both thanks. That's where they've been able to exploit Aston Villa, because they've got the dynamism of Hemp and Chloe Keller either side. And on the left-hand side, you see here, Hemp takes up a central position, and as that ball comes in, she's able to make first contact, but she's not able to really get a good, clean first contact as she's arriving. And this, you saw this all the time, the rotation to come inside those triangles, to continue the run into the box again, you've got to credit Aston Villa for the last-ditch defending there. 2, 3, 4 defenders trying to get in the way there.
Yeah, sorry, no, I was just going to say, they've got a lot of height as well for crosses. So Alana Kennedy obviously hitting the crossbar there. They need to get more crosses into the box. And this is another chance, great skill here by Blinkill-Brown, and a lovely through ball to Park. I think she needs to take a big touch infield there. She kind of cut their angle quite down, didn't put enough power on. So again, a frustrated Man City there.
I mean, it's fantastic, as you mentioned. I think that's credit to Aston Villa more so than Jess Park going wrong. I think they kind of shielded her out and took her away from goal. But this is another big chance that comes off the crossbar for Aston Villa. So, for Manchester City. But as you said, Manchester City have created chances. They've got into a really good area. It's about the execution, Alex, and they will know that going into this second 45.
Do you think, coming down, you're talking about the execution there, is it that kind of, it's a different pressure, Farah, coming into this game, isn't it? Especially, it's most probably filtered through to the players, the Manchester United score up against Chelsea. So is it actually just regaining that composure?
Manchester City, this group of Manchester City players haven't been in this position before. Now, if I look back to last weekend when they was pretty much in the driving seat, they had a game against Arsenal that if they was to win that, pretty much guarantees them the league. They haven't been in that position all season. They didn't deal with that pressure well. And conceding 2 late goals, 90 plus 94, you know, that's really put them on the back foot going into this game. So I think that they're a group of players, for all the well they've done and the greatness they've done this season in consistency, when it's really mattered with pressure, they haven't had the experience to get themselves over the line.
Is that what you think it comes down to, Anita, Ellen, in terms of handling pressure at that elite level?
Definitely, because it's those games where the margins are so fine between the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea that you've got to convert your chances, because you're not going to get that many. And we've heard already Chelsea, have been rampant with the goals they've scored today. It's because of the chances they create. They're able to be clinical in those moments, and City just haven't found that today.
Well, City need 6 goals, but there has been a frustration. And Farah, you were speaking about the lack of urgency from this Manchester City side.
I just think we're so used to seeing Manchester City in possession play with a bit of speed and tempo. Now, when you're playing against a team that want to sit in a block like Aston Villa do here, you can't see the full frame, but you can see the 2 strikers just sitting off, waiting for something to happen before they put that press on. Now, in order for them to jump press Aston Villa, you have to play the ball into the press. And that's something that Manchester City haven't done too well when it goes back to Kiara Keaton here. Stands on it, it's slow. They're a team that are chasing goals here. You need to get the ball into play when Aston Villa are out of shape and try and break him down then.
And they're playing into Villa's hands here, because Villa want to see everything in front of them. It's easy for the midfield line to just shuffle across, recognise when the next ball's going, read the triggers. Then they don't have to jump out. Daly doesn't have to jump. Jordan Nobbs doesn't have to jump out. And it's just this is a pace of a game that they will enjoy.
This is the Man City principles that they live by, so I can't believe they're going to change it much, which is very frustrating for a Man City player and a Man City fan. They need to go for it now. They have 45 minutes to go for it, and they're going to have to change something.
Would it be subtle changes that you'd make? Maybe Hemp, Chloe Kelly changing? Does it have to be something drastic?
3 at the back, and I'll just go for it.
And then why Manchester City to go for it?
I'm not a manager.
Bring Steph Horton on, go 3 at the back and go for it.
Okay, we'll see what happens in the second half, Helen. Farah Williams, we know why you're wearing blue today, so let's get over and talk about the Old Trafford Manchester United game up against Chelsea. Because you spoke about them being used to this pressure, the experience, and they came firing straight out of the blocks.
They did, straight away, and they're straight on the front foot after 2 minutes, Alex. This is a really good cross by Guru Wright. Yes, the defender needs to do better, but one player this Chelsea team have been missing is Ramirez, and she comes up with an unbelievable header there to set her team on the way. Look, this Guru Wright, we've seen it all season, getting beyond this Man United back four. Man United need to recover quickly. They're not aware of Ramirez getting between 10 and a half. And it's a great header. The cross is perfectly weighted. But this is their second goal here, Ellen. Ramirez involved again with a slide ball. And another.
This is what you call a Man United FA Cup final hangover here, and this is what you call Chelsea going for it. They needed to score early, and they're being clinical. They've had 5 opportunities, they've scored 4, which has not happened today here at this game, but a lovely finish from Canarid there.
Yeah, Chelsea, I just think they knew what job they had to do, and they've definitely executed it straight from the off. They've got all the important players having impact. Ramirez, her physicality, ability to dribble past players, pick up players in the box with an easy cross and an easy finish. That is what Chelsea is about, and we haven't actually seen that consistently throughout the season, but in these moments where it really matters, they've delivered.
It's Ramirez again, Alex. You can see it here. It's just the power that she can carry the ball at. As I said, she's been missing of late for injury, but to score and assist these two, and then she gets the 4th before the half, that is unbelievable. No defender wants to see that. An attacker with pace, power, and that can dribble. And then she picks it up on her own here, and off she goes. She sets it off wide, and then she'll find herself, joining in play and getting on the end of it, Ellen.
I think she's like Farah said, she's someone that they've really, really missed, and she is clinical, and she is so important to this Chelsea side, and she seems to be on it. What a touch and what a finish
But what you can see is the momentum that Chelsea have. You've got 3-4 players joining the attack, sprinting to get in the box, winning runners to try and score goals.
And Emma Hayes loving every single moment of it. She said, if we get a third chance, do not waste it. And they definitely are not. That's the table at the moment. You can see, still tied on points. But it's all about that goal difference. And Farrah Williams, Chelsea, are being ruthless once again.
They are, and it's what we know about this Chelsea team, and that's why I had the difficult question at the beginning of the show. Who do I think is going to win? You can't write this team off, and I know Emma wrote them off after that Liverpool defeat. Was it a bit of psychology, a little bit of game playing maybe with Gareth Taylor, because he's never been in that position? Probably, and it looks like that now, but they're ruthless. She knows what that group of players can deliver when it matters, and what we didn't know coming into this game was what Manchester City players could do, and they showed just that little bit of inexperience.
Okay, you three, take a breath, take a moment, and let's have a look at what we have coming up on the BBC. Okay, the women's under-17 Euros final is just beginning right now on the iPlayer and the red button. It's England v Spain, and a massive good luck to all of those future Lionesses. And then tonight from 10:35, you can watch a new documentary on Kylian Mbappe. That one is on BBC One, and you can catch all of the drama from the final day of the WSL on the Women's Football Show tonight on BBC One from 11:35, and tomorrow at 4 o'clock you can listen to live commentary of the Premier League final day. As top of the table, Manchester City will be hosting West Ham United. That one is on BBC Sounds. And of course, you can catch up with all the latest episodes of the Tooney and Russo Show. That is available now on Sounds.
Give me the loving! Now, stay back. We are going to rock through time.
Oh, this is so Richardson.
No joke. No pause. Just fun. Catching monsters, getting into scrapes. So I keep moving on. To see the next thing. And the next. And the next. Have you ever felt so alive?
Brand new Doctor Who. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Okay, we can see Steph Houghton right there. You called for Ellen, but she doesn't look like she's coming onto the pitch. But she's trying to motivate her team right there.
Yeah, I think her leadership and her experience, she wants to motivate them. She wants them to go on, obviously, win the title, being her last game. But this City team, they have to go for it now. They have to put more urgency, be more clinical when they do have chances. They need to score goals now.
They know the job in hand, Alex. They know this second half, minimum 6 goals, probably could get them the WSL title. So they know what they have to do. As I say, for me, they have to be more front-footed, more aggressive in that. And look, I'm sure that would have been his message in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for them, it's about continuing to do the same things, but with more intensity, more urgency, and being calm and composed in those moments in and around the final third when those opportunities present themselves.
Well, yes, there has been goals at Old Trafford, but we want to see goals at Villa Park. Let's get you back to the dream team. Rachel Brown-Finnis alongside Robin Cowan.
Yes, thank you, Alex. So, 6 goals needed if the score at Old Trafford stays the same. Not impossible, but highly improbable. Especially if Manchester City continue as they left off in the first half. Really failing to convert some pretty clear-cut chances. So a change for Aston Villa at the break. Miri Taylor is off, and Lucy Parker, who has spent much of the season on the sidelines, had to have ankle surgery in January, and returned as a substitute in the previous game against Brighton. She's been a very big miss. Can play at centre-half, at central midfield. So she's fit enough to play the final 45 minutes here for Villa, who's put in a pretty good defensive display.
Yep, she's kept Jess Park very, very quiet in that holding role. But I tell you what, Manchester City have to put that first half behind them. The coulders, wouldas, shouldas, there's so many of those that it's not worth wasting the energy on, but they have to put it right to go out second half, leave nothing on the pitch. Their whole season rides on this next 45 minutes.
Here is Park onto the goal scorer Mary Fowler. And if you fancy a double screen, England's under-17s are in the Euro final on the iPlayer right now. Lauren Hemp trying to wriggle into some space. Here's Alexandri. Has a go. I'm not sure too many of her teammates would thank her for that.
I mean, she had plenty of space. No reason to not. Good that she's showing the signs of belief to be able to do that. Interesting what Gareth Taylor's team talk. Would it have been calm? Would it have been not so much calm? Will it have been ranting and raving? Ultimately, he needs his team to form in the second half.
Parker's lost it. Hemp. Fowler nearly onto it. Blinkiller-Brown. Back to Kelly. Another shot from distance. That one looks a little closer.
Well, good intent from City from the start. That's Kelly, Alexandri, Hemp who's driven in. We've all had shots, none on target still. But they're getting that space on the edge of the box, and maybe that's something that Gareth Taylor's highlighted, that driving into the box, that going wide, actually the space centrally on the edge of the box is there. Get yourself in that position, touch the shot.
It's been a purposeful start to this second half from City. Winning the ball back quickly.
Hasegawa's barely got on the ball at all first half. Can be really key.
Blinkiller-Brown sold a bit short by Park, and Villa can bring it away with Hansen. Daly in support. Hansen wants it back. This is promising. Only Daly in the middle. Daly gets ahead to it, but was backtracking.
You could see the run of Daly. She checks away and then went near post. It just wasn't matched with the telepathy of Kirsty Hansen. See the movement there towards the near post, and then has to stagger it, stall, and try and get something on it. Rach Daly is never going to be able to get the power on it. Such a prolific season last year. Her first year in the Women's Super League. Come back to England from the USA. Reinvented herself as a number 9.
Here is Fowler. Kasparai on the underlap. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I enjoyed what she did first half, Kasparai. Solid in defence, but kind of broke the mould. You know, a lot of it went through Lauren Hemp attacking-wise and Chloe Kelly. And a couple of her runs really put Villa on the back foot. They weren't quite sure how to deal with it.
It's one back. Hemp. Trying to fizz it along the ground. A little bit too close to Annalise. Racking up the efforts.
Yeah, decent again, receiving it on the outside of the box, that little bit of space, because Villa's defence had dropped quite deep. They've got to make up that gap and get your shot off. Just not enough fizz on it, not enough power or trajectory on it for it to be a problem for Annalise.
Hemp. Cushion ball back for Mary Fowler. Forced wide. And it's a corner kick. That is something that Villa have done exceptionally well. When there's been a sniff, they've managed to just steer them away from goal.
Yeah, this time it's wonderful tracking back by Hansen. They have last-ditch defending.
Corner work short. Fowler delivers. Blinkiller-Brown.
Just trying to cushion that one back into the danger area. Oh, great ball from the goalkeeper.
This is dangerous for Villa. Nobbs. So close. to setting Lehmann through on goal. Park.
So hard for players like Rachel Daly, Jordan Nobbs, who, you know, we've seen playing for England for years and years, and they're in a team that doesn't possess the ball too much. That, you know, that's what they're really good at, is when they've got the ball at their feet, running with it. Simple play. Rachel Daly being on the end of precision crosses. It just hasn't really gone their way this season.
No sign of Manchester United waking from their slumber, it seems. Melanie Leupolz with the latest goal, the 5th for Chelsea. Turning out to be another fruitful final day for Emma Hayes.
Disastrous though, Manchester United at Old Trafford. When the semi-final of the FA Cup was drawn, it was Chelsea against Manchester United. I was hoping that Manchester United would be able to host it at Old Trafford. It was a bit too late in the day to be able to reorganise that, as this date was always in the diary. But they wish they'd have thought on their feet a little more now.
Turning into a bit of a nightmare at the Theatre of Dreams for Manchester United. Lehmann finds Daly. The flag has gone up.
It looks very, very tight from my position. Not too many times you put your arm up in the air whilst you're sat on your bum.
Fowler. A dangerous ball across, but no one on the end of it. Just wonder at this juncture, do you tell the players what's happening? Because it's almost irrelevant.
If you feel it will give them an air of freedom that they can play with.
A chance for Villa, and it was a crucial touch from Alex Greenwood. Jordan Nobbs' cross nearly found Lehmann.
If you think it will be a negative conversation to have, will it have an impact on how they play? It's the call of the manager. He said that they discussed it, the scenarios, what they would do. And that's the right thing to do, is to prepare for all situations.
Seven goals needed for Manchester City. Starting to feel extremely unrealistic from this stage of the game.
It's been so frustrating, though. You said at half-time, 10 shots, Man City, and a single goal.
Here is Hemp. Blinkiller Brown tiptoeing her way into the penalty area. Alexandri, lovely play. It's Hemp. The deflection.
Danielle Turner's been outstanding. There's 3 goal-saving blocks that she's made today. Former teammate of mine and Farah's at Everton. Look at this, great covers right back. Lauren Hemp gets beyond. Lovely bit of interplay between Blinkiller Brown, Lauren Hemp. And just as Hemp pulls the trigger, the experience of Turner turns it round the post.
Here comes the corner. Blinkiller Brown, too much on that for Fowler. And everyone will point to that day at the Academy Stadium against Arsenal. Yes, they had lost before that, but they were in such a commanding position. And in just a few hours, it all changed. Going to lose the title on goal difference.
It was the same for I can't remember what year, but myself playing for Everton, and Arsenal beat us at home last game of the season to win the league on goal difference. And a bit like Chelsea and Man City, if you had to pick one, you'd pick the favourites, Chelsea. On the same day, you would have picked the favourites, Arsenal, who were perennial winners at the time, to pip seemingly the underdogs. But, you know, when you go out and you don't perform to your best, it's so disappointing, and that lingers. Manchester City have got, you know, good half hour, a bit more to do something, but it's so hard.
Daly, decent ball over the top. Kennedy tracking back. It's given away pretty cheaply. Daly. Parker. Daly. Daly. Lehman. I'm not sure she was expecting that to come to her. Brown. Just Park. Parker got a foot in. It's all a bit laboured at the moment from City. See the belief draining from them.
Yeah, and you're looking at looking at the bench and thinking, what can we do to change it, to bring another level of energy? And you know, that's where ultimately Manchester City, I feel, have fallen short this season. You know, Buddy Shaw has been an ever-present until a few games ago, broken foot out for the rest of the season, and the drop-off's been monumental. It's had such a ripple effect on the whole team. And whether Gareth Taylor and City see Vivian Miedemar as that next level to bring in, to add to the squad depth, it's something they absolutely do need to address.
Rachel Daly needing some treatment. A bit of a clash there.
I think they're just double checking it wasn't a head. I think she pointed to a knee, see the contact on the left side of her thigh there. That's what they're treating.
I talk about Bunny Shaw. I've also had to do with Jill Roord, who had a brilliant start. Just she signed in the summer as well, but struck down by an ACL injury, so won't be expected to see her. Certainly not starting the next season. So yeah, there's been a real lack of depth. It was like the Bunny Shaw injury was just the final straw. So a change for Aston Villa. A double change. Rachel Corsie and Adriana Leon on. Sarah Mailing and Alicia Lehman, those withdrawn.
Just see if that implies a different formation for Villa. See one of the founding fathers of Manchester City here to support a long-standing teammate, Jill Scott there, Queen of the Jungle.
On a very productive loan spell just before the Euros from Manchester City here at Aston Villa.
Yeah, through the academy with Steph Orton and with a footballing royalty like Lucy Bronze and Danny Stokes and Jordan Nobbs, Beth Mead.
Well, now played. I just wonder with these changes, as you mentioned, Rachel, Villa feel they can get something from this.
Well, the last 10 minutes you'd say so. Jordan Nobbs made a couple of really good runs forward. Rachel Daly pressing high. Darley's looked dangerous all day. And bringing Adriana Leon on, just maybe A little bit more boosters than Lehman had down the right.
Park finding a bit of space. Driving forward. Final ball cut out though. And Leon. Force back.
Yeah, I mean, a 1-0 win for City will feel like a 10-0 defeat. It will make no difference.
Fowler nearly on the end of that, but again, who is that in the way?
Yeah, Daniel Turner's been outstanding. I'm just going back to that comment, where is it a draw or getting points from this game for Villa, would feel like a win. Brilliant again from Turner, good reading. She covers her teammates brilliantly.
Down the line for Hansen, will she get there? Yes.
Yeah, because Dan Turner's gone to left back now with Rachel Corsie coming on centre half.
Killer Brown. On the front, Lauren Hemp. Flagger stayed down. She did look onside. Delivers towards Alexandri. Good defensive header away there. Hasegawa. Kasparai. Kasparai delivers towards Fowler, and with Chloe Kelly lurking, it's put out of play by Normaritz.
This whole game, Aston Villa have looked so well organised at the back. Challenged at the near post, Mary Fowler. Cleared at the back post by Maritz. And excellent defensively so far. Much to the frustration of Manchester City.
Delivered low. It's an awkward one, but Aston Villa deal with it once again. Hasegawa gets her body in the way. Kelly. Jordan Nobbs. On to Kenza Daly. Leon in the box. Daly making her way there. Daly delivers, and the flag is up against Daly.
Yeah, good defensive line from Manchester City there. All got out in sync. Played Rachel Daly offside. See there, Hasegawa. Last player to step out, but just in time.
And here we go. Changes for Manchester City, and the most significant, the final time that Steph Houghton will enter a football pitch as a professional player. I dare say she'll be the next to be called up for Soccer Aid, perhaps, after our friends down in the punditry box today. Lauren Hemp still trying to make things happen for City, but it's not happening. Hasegawa. Park. Fowler's cross. Blinkiller Brown didn't direct that at all. And Fowler's controlled it beautifully. It's Hemp. Off target.
Yeah, it's just not happening, is it? And the roar you hear now is for Steph Houghton coming onto the pitch. Centre half extraordinaire. Many a proud moment for her with club and country. A fantastic player, fantastic leader, calm under all kinds of pressure, both on the pitch and off the pitch of recent. A wonderful leader and ambassador at Manchester City. And everybody on their feet to applaud her.
Business time though for Steph Houghton. Wahhabi also on for Kirsten Kasperite. It's looking unlikely that she'll lift a final trophy on her final match as a professional footballer.
Steph Houghton given up though. She's still supremely fit, still supremely capable.
It's going to be a strange place, women's football, without Steph Houghton involved on the pitch. 240 appearances, 22 goals for Manchester City. Record appearance maker, 7 major trophies. 1 WSL title, 2 titles with Arsenal. I think more significantly just a player who, another one who's just straddled that semi-pro status that women's football had. Another one retired, becoming a rare breed now.
Yeah, and you've got to remember she was handed the England armband at a time, I think it was from Faye White when Mark Sampson took over, and it was awkward at times. Still relatively young, and she herself admitted that she had to learn how to become a leader, but has she done that? Goodness me, yes she has.
Oh, that looked tight, but the flag has stayed down. Rachel Daly is in. It's Daly! It's 1-1! Aston Villa ripping up the script. Chelsea doing their job at Old Trafford. For the second game in a row, Manchester City failed to do theirs.
I just thought that Rachel Daly might be here to spoil the party today. It was a tight call whether she was onside, but when she was given a chance, that is such a beautiful finish. Just opens that hip out, goes across the goalkeeper, it goes in between. It's so difficult for the goalkeeper, above her foot, under her arm, and it's just the perfect finish. That little window is the perfect window because you can't get down quick enough, you can't save it with your foot. It's absolute textbook. We don't have VAR, and Villa will be happy with that.
Delight for Carla Ward on her final game as Aston Villa head coach. Rachel Daly's 16th goal of the season. And we did suspect, didn't we, that Aston Villa had something in this. Can Manchester City respond? Chloe Kelly goes down. Not enough in that, according to the referee.
Yeah, it was contact, but on first sighting it didn't seem a foul. See it again now. Just a little tug from Hansen. And this one here, now it just turns across her. You see from the player's reaction, there's not really much of it. Correct call from the officials.
Kelly's cross, Hemp getting there, but again failing to hit the target. And so another chance goes begging for Manchester City. Very similar to that game against Arsenal at the Academy Stadium a couple of weeks ago. And it matters not now about the goals. Chelsea won't win it on goal difference. Going to win it by 2 clear points. with the scores as they are. Still 20 minutes to go.
The Chelsea fans travelling away are loud anyway, but joyous news.
Hemp and Fowler, it's another. The Hemp picked her out. Another effort off target.
And it was a nice height by the time it came down. Beautifully flighted ball from Lauren Hemp. And when it came down, up and over, Dan Turner, maybe Mary Fowler saw it late, with Danielle Turner being there. Another missed opportunity.
Well, that's been the story of the last 1.5 games, 1 3/4 games. They were in control against Arsenal and then let it go late on. Kelly trying to pick out Hemp, cut out by Maritz. Oh, that's an error! Oh, and she's made up for it. Lauren Hemp, oh my goodness.
Well, do you know what? You practice that in goalkeeper practice a million times, is make the first save, make the second save. So it wasn't a save, it was a mistake. What do you do next, though? You react to it. Poor pass out, quickly get set, get in position to make a save. She gets down the line. Brilliant reactions from Annalise. There you go, get back in position. What next? Wonderful, albeit a miss from Hemp. Great save from Lee.
It's headed off the line. It will not go in. Or will it? Still there, over the top. What on earth is happening here? Alex Green with this time.
20 shots and counting for Manchester City. Invisible force field around that goal. It's just, I mean, credit to Aston Villa. They've blocked shots on the line. They've made big saves. Annalita's made a couple of big saves. But you have to say the majority of reasons the ball is not in the back of the net is just not world-class finishing from Manchester City. Yeah, Alex Greenwood, a bit like Steph Houghton, will take a lot of responsibility, always has done, for performances, but for driving the team. And this will hurt for these Manchester City players, but particularly ones like Alex Greenwood.
It looks like they're going to fall short. And agonising for those players, especially Khadija Bunny-Shaw. You can have no impact. Blinkiller-Brown.
No show, no score.
We'll get the t-shirts made up. That's a lovely ball from Greenwood. Wahabi. Oh, what a fantastic save from Annalise. Extraordinary.
She's not needed to have a blinder till now, but what a save that was.
Kelly working the space.
Save that was.
Kelly working the space. Lauren Hemp.
Well, it was a nick off Anna Patton, actually. So you see the strike here of Lauren Hemp goes onto the foot of Anna Patton, which redirects the ball, which makes it even more remarkable. She had to change the direction of dive. Great instincts.
Fowler's ball in! Putting Manchester City back in front. Well, you can't say they haven't had enough chances. Lauren Hemp has been leading the charge, and she has her 11th WSL goal of the season, but from the reaction, it's going to mean very, very little.
Is it 6 goals that City need now? I've not been able to keep count. The back line of Villa, and between the goalkeeper, it's just the speed of it. Anna Leek doesn't cut out the ball at the near post, maybe just switches off. And Lauren Hemp does really well, actually, to execute that at the back post. Could this be an unlikely lifeline? Every shot has to go in now from City.
Well, still pretty impossible task, because Chelsea still leading 5-0 at Old Trafford. So still a fair few goals required. 7 in total.
A fair few bought you a bit of time, didn't it, there? Just to do the calculations.
Bottom set maths. It hasn't got much better from there. Hit from Alex Greenwood on target.
He's got a venomous shot, Alex Greenwood. It's been a bit disappointing not to see her more on the ball. It's been more Alana Kennedy when she was on the pitch playing out from the back, and Greenwood is excellent technician of the ball.
12 minutes remaining. Chloe Kelly. Retrieved by Fowler. Alexandri. In towards Hemp, away by Patton.
Need a goal every 2 minutes.
Now that is good maths. Here's Park. On to Fowler. Oh, Hasegawa tried the flick, didn't quite come off. Rachel Daly was onside because she was inside her own half, but Steph Horton in the way. Villa throw.
Today's attendance in the park, 8,912, 8,912. As always, we thank support generally today, and also thank support Travis Seaton. Thank you.
And nearly 9,000 inside Villa Park. It will be a very different feel to next season with Carla Ward departing. They'll need someone to build on the excellent work that she has started. Hemp. Blinkiller-Brown.
Look at the bodies back for Villa. That's been the story all this entire game. Just made it so difficult for City, who like to work the ball through tight areas. It's just been so hard for them. A lot of that credit goes down to Aston Villa and Anna Patton. Hoops alongside Rachel Coursey now for the remainder of this game.
Kelly wins the free kick.
Better tempo to the second half for Chloe Kelly on the Manchester City front line. Getting the better of Leon on that occasion.
Pleasing delivery, well held by Leeds. Releases quickly. It's a handball by Parker.
Another player who's played herself into Serena Wiegmann's senior squads of late.
See what Horton was trying to do there. Slipped that one through. Anna Leet has played a big part today.
Yeah, two young international goalkeepers on display today. Anna Leet certainly the busier of the two. New Zealander.
And capitalising on Daphne van Domselaar's injury.
Yeah, she'd had an excellent Euros, hadn't she? Put herself kind of on the map, really, or the radar for WSL teams, and made the move to Aston Villa. Really excellent prospect.
Leila Wahabi, 5 times a title winner with Barcelona. Greenwood. Wahabi takes over. Oh, now that looked dangerous from Daly. Just stuck a toe out, but referee Kirsty Dow had a good long look and perhaps decided wasn't quite enough contact. Hemp, once again going around the outside. A difficult one, that, for Kelly to control. Booming crossfield pass from Greenwood. Fowler. Alexandri. Collected well by Blinkilla Brown.
Good dive. Great instincts.
Hasegawa. Kelly. And a rebound into the arms of Leet.
Right positioning, but very simple for Leet. Again, bodies tight around in a congested box. First contact from Lucy Staniforth. Rebounds off Daly, but good positioning from Anna Leet. It's one of those games that, albeit Manchester City have won 2-1, this is the little nick now dive. Rachel Daly on Wahabi. The contact does not cause the fall over. It's when she realised she'd been contact, made that conscious decision to then go to ground. You clearly see that is not a penalty.
Hasegawa. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Again, good intent, but this time Anna Patton in the way. Changes for Aston Villa. Kirsty Hansen off for the young player, 21-year-old Freya Gregory. And Dan Turner had a terrific game at the back. Is off, and Maz Pacheco, left back for left back, will take her place for the final 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, time for minutes and an opportunity to be taken. Dan Turner's put a really good shift in for Carla Ward this afternoon. Not a huge talker on the pitch necessarily, Danielle Turner, but does the talking in how she performs.
Kelly. Here's Hemp. Hasegawa closed down, and the cross doesn't reach the intended target. Adriana Leon will bring this forward. He just overran that, but the ricochet takes it to Daly. Finds Freya Gregory. It's opening up for her. Gregory went for goal and turned aside by Chiara Keating. So
Oh, this would have been dream-worthy, wouldn't it? Freya Gregory just come on the pitch. No other option. It opens up beautifully. Chiara Keating. Disappointed not to get another clean sheet. Chiara Keating. Not of her doing. An excellent save at the near post.
Here comes the corner. Daly with the flick. And safe hands from Keating.
I hope she puts her feet up this summer, Lauren Hemp. Like other Lionesses, it's been a relentless few years. No Olympics. Team GB this summer. The silver lining, they'll get a good bit of rest.
Well, you say that. 2 international breaks this summer, so not an awful lot.
After that. I tell you, from having been in that position internationally, you would not miss out on an international camp or a tournament for anything. I know those girls will be devastated about missing the Olympics, missing out on qualifying for it. Full focus on qualifying for the Euros next summer now in a very tough group. France, Sweden, Republic of Ireland.
And Daly is offside. And this title race has been put to bed once and for all. A sick goal at Old Trafford for Chelsea. And, well, you couldn't write it, could you? Fran Kirby seals the deal on her final Chelsea appearance. Can't say anyone more deserving than that.
Oh, that's poetic, isn't it? That's wonderful. Fran Kirby, such a long servant at Chelsea. And almost a nod to Emma Hayes and the manager and the leader and the figure that she has been to Fran Kirby, among others. But they have had a crisp, precise, efficient match at Old Trafford today and have been the worthy winners of this title race.
Demi Stokes, another of the old guard, on for a rare appearance.
Oh, just a bit of a late one on Rachel Corsie. There's much intent to make contact from Jess Park. Her eyes were where the ball was, which had already gone. But just momentum ran into her.
So into the final minute. City's title race is run. Still probing away. Killer Brown. And a foul and a yellow card for Lucy Parker for that challenge.
There's maybe not just that one incident, maybe a few little nibbles, maybe a cumulative of a few nibbles from various Villa players. Not that it works like that, but in the referee's head it might have something. But cynical, grabbing a shirt, impeding her, pulling her back. It's not the tackle, it's the shirt pull.
Into 6 minutes of added time.
Steph Horton territory. 2012 Brazil, Wembley, 75,000. 0-0. She couldn't, could she?
It's Horton, straight into the wall. Brown for Stokes. Hemp collects. Again, there's just a Villa player in the way.
Been very well organised.
And so into the final few minutes of stoppage time. Manchester City surely know what's happened at Old Trafford, an insurmountable goal difference. But they'll keep plugging away. Daly will bring this downfield for Aston Villa. Up against Alex Greenwood, who shows just why she is one of the elite defenders in this league. So with the title nearly done and dusted, Rachel Brown finished for the final time this season your Barclays Player of the Match, and it is so on point for you.
Absolutely an elite. One of the reasons Manchester City have simply not been good enough, but at times they have not been able to breach an elite's net. A collective performance defensively, but last ditch, an elite has been fabulous.
Wahabi. She's been busy, and so have her defence. Hemp, so congested, no way through. Into the final 3 minutes of stoppage time. Pacheco's done well there, although she's given it away. Park with an angry cross.
It was a great area she put it into. She just needed Blinkiller-Brown or Lauren Hemp to get across that near post. But with the venom that it was sent with, I'm not sure. Even Buddy Shaw would have got across that. Or her good friend Usain Bolt.
And so it looks like, at the moment at least, it's going to end in defeat for Carla Ward on her final game in charge of Aston Villa. But an incredible, significant job she's done in building this club up. Record finish last season. And more than that, she was talking about when she arrived, there was barely any training facilities, just a porter cabin for her office. And now it just continues to grow. She was at pains to say there's still a long way to go for this club to keep investing and keep building and keep getting to where they want to be. But she has put those bricks in place, and she should be very proud of what she's achieved.
But the club as a whole seems to be moving in the right direction. The attendances here have grown and grown. I remember their first game when they came up was here, and the excitement was palpable, and Eni Luco was part of the backroom staff, trying to direct what was a new women's programme really at the club. Add some insight into that. We brought in big name players like Anita Asante, add some depth and experience. And we've got youth players coming through. It's those seedlings of what could be a fabulous club.
And as for Gareth Taylor at Manchester City, close but no cigar. It is now 8 years since their last and only WSL title, and he will know there is a hell of a lot of work to do. Fowler's cross finds Wahabi, and that just about sums up Manchester City's afternoon. And there we have it. Victory for Gareth Taylor, but a most hollow one.